Did you know that your bird can die if it's too stressed out? Your bird's heart is so small that too much stress can literally cause a heart attack. Here are all the ways to test if your bird is too nervous, and all the tips to help it calm down immediately. Ever wondered what's going on inside your feathered friend's mind? Birds have a secret language that they use to communicate with us. Today, we'll be decoding the mysteries of your bird's behavior and what your bird is actually trying to tell you. The language of feathers. Start with the basics. Feather shaking, preening, and fluffing can mean different emotions. When your bird is happy, it will often preen and keep its feathers sleek. It's like your bird putting on its best suit for a special occasion. However, if it's all fluffed up, that might be a sign of discomfort or a cold. It's your bird's way of telling you that something's not quite right. Imagine it as its version of a cozy blanket on a chilly day. Vocal vibes. Now let's talk about vocalizations. Your bird's chirps, squawks, and melodies are its way of expressing emotions. Think of it as its unique song, just for you. Cheerful chirping usually means your bird is satisfied and in a good mood. It's like it's singing a happy tune. But if you hear a loud squawk or screech, it could be a call for attention or even a warning. It's like your bird's way of shouting, "Hey, pay attention to me." Body language matters. Birds use body language to tell you how they feel. Pay attention to your bird's posture. It's like their silent communication. A puffed up bird might be anxious or sick, like it's trying to make itself appear larger to scare off a potential predator. On the other hand, a relaxed, upright stance often indicates your bird is at ease and comfortable in its environment. Wings flapping and tail talk. Wings flapping and tail movements are like your bird's version of sign language. If your bird flaps its wings or shakes its tail, it's like they're showing off or trying to impress you. It's their way of saying, "Look at me, I'm fabulous." Think of it as a little fashion show right in your living room. They just want to steal the spotlight for a moment. Beak actions. Lastly, what they do with their beaks actually says a lot. Light nibbling can be a sign of affection. It's like they're giving you tiny kisses, showing they care about you. On the other hand, aggressive pecking may indicate territorial behavior. It's their way of saying, "This is my space, back off." It's basically a warning sign that lets you know they want their personal space respected. There are certain things your bird will signal when it's not satisfied with you as its owner anymore, and it's crucial to notice those signals in time. Otherwise, it may be too difficult to get your bird's trust back again. In today's video, we will find out 10 signs your bird is unhappy with you as its owner. Your bird is spooked easily. If your bird suddenly got jumpy after every move you make, and it's overreacting to every little step you take around it, that means your bird lost its trust in you and is just not happy with you or your presence. Your bird isn't preening in front of you. Preening is a very important part of being a bird. Your bird will groom itself around you only if it feels safe enough to do so. If you've never seen your bird preening in front of you, that could mean it sees you as a threat and isn't ready to stay off guard while preening. Your bird is hiding. If your bird likes to stay in the corner of the cage when you pass by, and it always feels like it's looking for spots to hide from you, that means your bird is scared and unhappy. Your bird is feather picking. There are many reasons why your bird may pluck its feathers, but if it comes out of boredom, that signals your bird is just not happy and stressed. Your bird is refusing to step up. Your bird will cooperate only if it feels safe and happy with you as its owner. If your bird is not willing to step up after you've done everything you can to tame it, the reason behind that may be that it's not pleased with you anymore because you're doing something wrong. Your bird is biting you. It never feels good when your bird is trying to attack you, and even though it may only be your bird's personality, if it happens too often and out of nowhere, that's a bad sign, and your bird is trying to tell you something. Your bird isn't interested in toys. When you hang new toys in your bird's cage, it's normal for it to take a little time to start playing with them. But if your bird is constantly showing a lack of interest in everything you hang inside its cage, and you never catch it messing around with its new toys, that's a clear sign of a distressed bird. Your bird is trembling. Another clear sign of an unhappy bird is shaking and shivering body language. If you notice your bird is starting to tremble and feel uneasy every time you approach it, it may be a sign that your bird is unpleased with you as its owner. Your bird is not eating in front of you. Birds are a prey animal, and they will only eat after feeling safe in their environment. So if you're having a hard time seeing your bird eat, it's because it's hiding from you and probably only eats while you're not around. Your bird is not getting out. Your bird's cage is its safe area, where it feels secure. So if you gave your bird the opportunity to get out of the cage and it chose to stay inside, that may show that your bird is not willing to take the risk, and you have some work to do to rebuild that trust again. You love your bird, right? But did you know that making just one of these 5 mistakes could ruin your relationship forever? Watch closely. Avoiding these is crucial for keeping your bird happy and your bond strong, because there are some things that your bird will never forgive you for doing. Rage taming. Trying to tame your bird out of frustration or impatience. You should stop right there. Birds are sensitive creatures and can sense your emotions. Some people rage tame their birds and only create fear and distrust. Rushing or forcing your bird will damage your relationship. Take a deep breath, be calm, and build trust slowly. It's the only way to a happy, bonded relationship with your feathered buddy. Ignoring your bird's fear. Loud noises like vacuum cleaners or raising your voice can turn your bird's world upside down. If your bird is hiding or fluffed up, they're scared. Ignoring these fears can break their trust in you. Make sure their environment is calm and quiet, or you'll be dealing with a permanently stressed bird. Too many birds in one cage. Is your bird's cage too small, or your big aviary is overcrowded with birds? Your pet bird needs space to move, stretch, and play. A cramped cage can lead to stress and health problems, and so does a big aviary or a big cage that is too full of birds. Make sure your bird has a spacious and comfortable living environment. Don't let overcrowding make your bird miserable and nervous. Clipping wings. Many people are tempted to clip their bird's wings, but this can actually cause serious harm to your bird. Birds are meant to fly, and clipping their wings can lead to stress and mobility issues. Imagine someone cutting off your ability to walk. Don't clip those wings unless you want to see your bird miserable and grounded for life. Forcing new people on your bird. Forcing your bird to interact with new people or pets. Birds are cautious and need time to warm up to new faces. So whenever your friends are visiting, shoving your bird into new interactions with them can cause massive anxiety. Respect your bird's space and let them approach new friends at their own pace. Don't be the reason your bird lives in constant fear. You and your bird should be a loving family, but sometimes birds have enough of their owners. This could be temporary reaction if your bird is annoyed with you at the moment, but it could also be that it generally doesn't like you anymore because you behave too often in a way that makes it feel uncomfortable. How can you tell if your bird has had enough? In this video, I'll show you 11 behaviors that show your bird is tired of you. It's avoiding you. Your bird is constantly getting away from your hand and starts panicking every time you hang around its cage or enter your hand. It's aggressive. If your bird suddenly starts to bite more, peck you, or even lunging towards you, that could mean it had enough and isn't interested in your annoying behavior. It's feather plucking. There are a lot of reasons for feather plucking in birds, but one of them can be related to a stressful time your bird is going through because of things you're doing that make it uncomfortable. It's squawking or screaming. This is a common trait with larger birds that had enough with their owners. They will usually start screaming more often as a sign of rebellion and anger. It's pacing back and forth. Have you ever seen your bird walk back and forth on the same perch inside their cage? This is a clear sign of frustration. It's ignoring commands. If your bird used to be very disciplined and following your commands, and now out of nowhere it's starting to disobey, that could be a major sign that it's tired of you. Turning its back on you. This is another common trait with larger birds. A tired and depressed bird will usually turn its back on you whenever they're inside their cage. They won't look at you or pay attention to you when you call them. It's hiding. Your bird will try to find spots in its area that are more difficult for you to get into, like sitting behind the curtain or perching on your light fixture. Aggressive playtime. Birds that have had enough of their owners will also play differently. They will tear up anything in their way in a very aggressive manner, and they will also start biting their cage bars. It's fleeing from you. If your bird is outside the cage and it starts flying all over the house anxiously whenever you approach, that could be a sign that it doesn't trust you. Escape attempts. Lastly, if your bird is seriously in a bad condition, it will do whatever it takes to try and escape its cage or even your house.